What is the most resilient parasite? Bacteria, a virus, an intestinal worm, an idea. Resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks right in there somewhere. Fucking brain stuff.
Fucking brain stuff.
That is from Inception, if y'all didn't know.
Brain blast.
And it fucking fits. Brain blast.
It does, man. It is pretty cool quote though. Like I know you had read it earlier, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds good. But then as you were reading it,
as I put a little sauce on it,
little acting sauce,
little sauce.
That's where I was like, ooh. I was like, oh man, this quote is actually kind of fucking good.
It's good, right? It hits.
But it's true. It's fucking shit. Like ideas. Oh, I mean, in today's culture, you could see how fucking parasitic it really is.
Ideas can be problematic, according to some people, for sure.
But welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
I am your host, Matt.
Huh? I was just gonna say like, and I'm Matt, and I was like, but it hit me, and after saying, I'm Mykal-Lee. I'm here. I'm ready.
But vice versa. Anyways, yeah.
Today's opposite day.
And this is Big Effing Nerds. And I know what you're thinking.
Today, and this is Big Nerds fucking. Let's go. Yeah. Different show entirely.
Hey, I mean,
bunch of neck beards.
We've thought about rebranding before, just not so soon.
Yeah, not getting onto OnlyFans or something.
Oh, why not? OnlyFans isn't just nudes.
I guess not now, huh? Yeah, they've been trying to pull away from that.
Originally, they weren't even supposed to be just nudes. It's just obviously people are exploiting it for that reason.
Yeah.
I thought about doing OnlyFans, but for cinematography. I be like, oh, if you donate this much, I can be able to go over this place and get like good footage and make like a short film and then throw it up on there. Pay $5 to see the film.
Right.
Not that anyone would want to do that, but I'm like, hey, if anyone is down to, fucking help me out.
That could devolve pretty quickly into, you'll pay $5 to see the show. He's like, I'll pay $5 to see your butthole,
That's bullshit. I've seen $25 for a butt. No.
Come on, man, you do better than that. I'm worth at least 50.
I know what you guys are thinking though. What is this? Why am I seeing a fucking screen again? Of just no one moving and whatnot? Well, we're having a little bit of allergy issues.
Oh, dude, this past week, I've just been eyes fucking sucked up, puffed up, fucking
throat itchy,
leaking, face, everything itch. Like, man, I'm like, have you ever wanted to just peel your fucking face off?
That was me.
And scratch what's behind it.
I think that was me last week or 2 weeks ago, because I was over here rewatching the video and seeing me just fucking rubbing my nose, and I was like, God, I look like a fucking
little coke fiend or something.
little cokey right before.
Little sniffany. Dude, it's been rough. It's just like, God. Like I was telling you earlier, I was like, I'm on like my 6 sneeze in a row, and then I just sound sad. I go from like to like
put me out of my misery,
just
please.
Leave me alone.
So yeah, we're
figured we'd spare you guys.
Spare you the torture of seeing us. Just
spare you the torture and us the embarrassment. There you go.
Exactly.
It's 2 for 2.
But I mean, we're not unfamiliar with audio, so audio only. So we got to figure it out. Anyways, I'm gonna smack that bitch up with that fact.
Smack me with that factoroni, good.
All right. Fact. Again, another thing tied into our topic of the day, which is the power of the brain.
The brain.
The brain is very powerful, as we all may know. Mm-hmm. However, it is not all powerful because you can't technically multitask. Multitasking isn't exactly... So you know how when people are like, oh, I could do 2 things simultaneously.
I can talk on the phone and type at the same time.
That's actually not accurate. You can't do that. It's when you multitask, your brain is actually just context switching between different tasks.
Sorry. Keep going.
No, yeah, not only that, but research has shown that this can increase your error rate by as much as 50 to 80%.
Because you're not
fully focused.
Like zeroing in on one thing. You're hopping to focusing on one.
Yeah.
Under the, misconception that I'm doing both at the same time.
Yeah, I'm multitasking. It's like, no, you're just switching back and forth between the two really, really fast.
You just got two things going on at once, and you're like, okay, I'll do this for a little bit. Okay, I'll do this for a little bit. Okay, back to this.
Which I've noticed, like, you know, I quote unquote multitask when I play my video games. Really, I'm just playing the video game and have the fucking video of YouTube playing in the background,
right?
As you know, something to fill the empty air,
right? Yeah,
but I'm not actually fucking multitasking. Yeah,
how much?
It's not like I'm watching the video at the same time. Like I'm not over here cockeyed, left eye.
Like how much of what you're watching are you retaining? Like almost none.
Yeah, it was almost like that for the Mandalorian episode.
Really?
Yeah,
you didn't like it that much, huh?
The whole season kind of has been a little lackluster for me, other than the one in episode 2, which was the reveal of the mythosaur.
Yeah, that was cool. I will say though, like we talked about it before. I know we'll get more into this later, but we talked about like we don't know which direction the season's going. Now we know. You know?
Yeah.
Within the last 2 episodes or so, now we see where the direction's going. But you took a lot of fucking like side quests to get us here, you know,
which is annoying.
Yeah, but
but we digress.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, I was like, I've always told people this is the whole multitasking thing isn't exactly a thing, and people look at me like I'm offending them. I go,
I'm stupid,
or like, no, I'm like telling you, literally, it is not possible.
But yeah, no, you can't.
Whatever, take offense to it. I don't give a shit.
I mean, you're handling those two fine, but like literally, that's not what's happening.
Yeah, getting back into
multitasking idiots,
brain stuff. Yeah, the power of the brain.
It's enormous.
No one can fucking understand it. I mean, a lot of times you be sitting here at home, say you're going through some type of episode of anything, and not TV show episode. I'm talking I'm talking
emotional episode.
Emotional episode, people.
Right.
You guys are so addicted to your fucking
Ooh, what? Desperate Housewives? No, that show hasn't been on in years. I meant the Housewives of one of those Housewives
Atlanta.
Shows. Yeah, I meant one of those, not Desperate Housewives. That is old.
Is it old?
I guess, I mean, comparatively. Anyway.
The freaking the brain. But yeah, if you're going through one of those episodes, you tend to try to think about, oh, all right, you know, what can I do? What is my brain actually thinking? And you try to decipher it yourself, and you can't. And you sit there like, well, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what's happening here. It's complex. Even the greatest scientists can't figure it out. So don't feel bad.
Yeah. Even like a lot of the shit we, quote unquote, know is kind of just like, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah. Scratching the surface of the brain.
Because in order to check, how brain affects somebody, you got to cut into a live brain, start poking around in there. What happens when I do this? Oh, his arm moves, or
oh, shoot.
He pisses himself or something.
Speaking of poking, did you know that the brain doesn't actually have can't feel pain? The brain itself.
I heard about that. That's how they can do brain surgery. That's why people are awake during brain surgery, because there's no actual pain receptors.
Fucking nuts.
That's why, like, I was watching a video of this neurosurgeon. I was gonna say scientist, but surgeon. He's like, yeah, we've had people like playing the guitar like during surgery, just to like prove to them, because I guess that's how they check like they're doing stuff right. Because all of a sudden, if he's like fucks up, you're like, oh,
well, then how come they were asleep and Get Out?
How come I haven't seen that one?
You haven't seen Get Out?
That's the one I have. One of his I haven't seen
with Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
You've seen Us?
I've seen Us.
Okay,
I saw Us, and Nope was good. Nope was all right.
I haven't seen Nope. Nope's the alien one, right?
Yeah, Nope was okay. Us was pretty good though.
Yeah, Get Out was pretty trippy. It was definitely a mind fuck.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know why I missed that one, but I've been that's on my list.
But they had in a sense brain surgery stuff going on in that, but they had them like
some kind of like psychological conditioning,
kind
of shit going on, brainwashing almost.
A little bit more. It's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, okay.
But there's surgery involved at one point, and they had the people knocked out.
Fuck.
And after reading that, I go, oh, why did you have them knocked out if you can do brain surgery stuff while they're awake? Which is still like, that's so disturbing for me to think about. Like, can you think of someone sitting in a surgical chair playing the guitar with half their head fucking off?
Their dome literally just twisted off.
Doctor behind there
it makes me think of, Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs, feeding that guy his own fucking like frontal lobe or whatever the fuck he was feeding him.
Oh, yeah.
It probably wasn't his frontal lobe, but he's feeding him some part of his, cooking it up and feeding him his fucking brain.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you think? And the guy's like, oh, it's good, doc. Yeah. He's like, yeah.
The ones with Mads Mikkelsen, right?
That was with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, was it? Wait.
That was from the old movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember the scene now.
He fed the guy's own brain, cooking it up right there. That smells good. He's like, I bet it does.
It's so fucked up.
Dude. So there was something I learned. I thought was pretty interesting. They say like your brain never like, so our brain technically stops growing at age 25.
Yeah. Like developing.
Yeah. Just, size wise and, connections, whatever. But that doesn't mean you stop learning shit.
No, of course not.
So basically there's what they call like intellectual peaks, I guess. So they say, what is it? Cognitive change is a lifelong process. Some skills like memory and processing speed max out about your mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
They say you'll excel at facial recognition and problem solving about your 30s. 40s and 50s, you're getting a little more emotional control and empathy. And then surprisingly, 60s and 70s is when your vocabulary starts to like really peak, I guess.
In your 60s and 70s?
Yes, that's what they say.
Man, that's bullshit. I'm trying to expand my kid vocabulary right now.
I'm trying to be smart now.
It's like, why? We need to have podcasts at 60 and 70 years old.
Right. I mean, I guess thinking about it, that sort of makes sense. I mean, you've had all this time. Hear all these different things, learn all these different things. That, yeah, I guess your vocabulary would, grow as you just live.
That is true.
Talk to more people.
That is true. I don't know. I feel like if that's like an average, right?
Yeah. I
the
mean,
average person,
give or take. Yeah, for sure.
For someone maybe reading a lot, they probably learn a lot faster.
Well, yeah, definitely. That helps with vocabulary and everything. Yeah, for sure.
That's why I'm trying to read so much more.
Right.
I want to get rid of my my
those fillers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate the fillers, dude. It bugs me.
And that goes back to brain shit. That's that subconscious tone. You'd be like, we don't like the silence. Fill it. Especially now that our brain is aware we are talking and other people are hearing us. So our brain's like, we can't have dead space. Fill it with noises.
I have actually tried to get better about that.
Yeah.
Listening to other podcasts and how they talk, it really makes me wonder why I went into some sort of rabbit hole of we have to kill the dead space. There can't be any dead space when we're doing a podcast. It has to be talk, 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 talk.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
And I think I'm the same way. That's why I hate emptiness.
Yeah, it's stressful when there's empty space. Like something should be happening.
Yeah, but there's a podcast I've listened to where there'd be a point where there's like 3 to 4 seconds of empty space. Now I feel like that's a little too long.
It's definitely noticeable. Like you notice that if you're like just driving and listening and it's silent, you look at your radio like, what the fuck,
And I don't know why that's a thing with the brain, or at least with my brain.
I think that's pretty regular.
Is it?
I'd say because like I said, I have that. Like if there's like 3 to 4 seconds of like pause time, I glance over at my phone or my radio. Like, is it buffering? Like, what the fuck?
Like 1 to 2 seconds, you're okay. As soon as it hits like 3, 4, 5, you're going.
Then your eyes glance over. What are you doing?
But that's pretty interesting with the vocabulary part for some reason. I don't know why that's like throwing me off.
Right?
Why 60 to 70?
Yeah, I don't know. That part kind of trips me out too. Like why that age? Who knows?
Because at that point of your life that's where you have like a lot of mental issues. Right? Some people will develop dementia, Alzheimer's, fucking what's another one? I can't even think of another one right now.
I can't think of them.
Asperger's?
Well, I mean that's more along the spectrum, isn't it?
Of Alzheimer's?
I think so. Of like autism kind of spectrum, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of that shit's kind of you're born with. But yeah, as to why like that happens when you're older, yeah. I don't know. Only thing I could think of is, what I was saying about the, as you get older, more talking, more learning, that shit tends to stick. Not everything sticks. I mean, shit we know about, knowledge, retention, whatever.
Right.
But it also seems like it'd be harder to stick when you're older. But
it's, that's why it's confusing, because I've always thought of when you get older, your brain starts deteriorating, your body deteriorates, which technically your brain actually doesn't deteriorate. Not in the sense that we think of, like how your body gets all wrinkly, saggy, fucking losing muscle and strength and bone density, all that stuff. When you get older with your brain, the only reason why your brain develops those issues is a lot of times your body's not able to keep up.
Yeah,
so the
brain
brain starts
to do all that. Yeah,
the brain starts to lack all its nutrition and blood flow. So I think I remember reading something about if you were to somehow get the brain to continue working after the body has decayed or has stopped working for the brain.
Yeah.
If you could get the brain on some type of life support system, the brain will stay alive.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
He's literally just a head and a spinal column and a hand. I remember he's one hand and a spinal column and a head.
They've studied that. They've mentioned how, and by they, I don't have a specific they.
Yeah.
I just remember someone being mentioned along the lines of
just from science.
Yeah, right. From science.com.org.
Scientists doing science. All right.
And it was like I was thinking of Altered Carbon. How they put the brain into the
stack.
And then the stack.
Yeah.
And then you get your different sleeves.
All right.
How real is that? Like, how real can that be within our relatively immediate future?
Yeah, it's sort of hard to fathom because you'd have to take consciousness into effect. You know, how do you digitize consciousness? You know, I'm sure that's possible within some kind of capability that I cannot fucking fathom.
Right.
And probably we obviously don't have that capability, but in the future, I think that might be possible.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to bring up. So the book I think I mentioned it once or twice on the
holographic universe.
Holographic universe that has talked about some of the stuff in regards to the brain. As a matter of fact, it brought up this study, which I remember reading this study in the book. But the study was done by a psychologist named Alan Richardson. And
Alan Dickerson.
Sorry. Yeah, Dickerson. Dixon.
Dickerson.
He's an Australian psychologist, and he gathered a group of basketball players, and he separated them into 3 different groups. They had their control and test groups, and their main thing was to focus on free throws.
Okay.
So, free throws, you stand at the line and you throw it up. The first group actually went out and practiced free throws, and they did it for 20 minutes a day. The second group visualized making free throws for 20 minutes of the day, solely focused on just making free throws.
Just imagining it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the third group did
nothing.
Neither. Obviously, the third group didn't improve whatever. Matter of fact, they actually regress. Without practice, you obviously will lose your skill. But with the visualization group, they were actually very close to
the guys who practice,
to the guys that actually physically practice at a park. And it makes me wonder on a couple of other things, like when sports coaches tend to tell players, hey, visualize this, like imagine this and do that. And I wonder if those coaches somehow knew something.
Yeah.
In regards, like maybe they talked to some other sports medicine people, psychologists or anything like that. Or if that just happened to be a coincidence that they do that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy for me to believe that someone who only visualized something, their brain was able to send signals to their body to be like, okay, yeah, no, this is what we're going to do. So when we actually go out and fucking do it, we're going to be making shit.
Yeah. We're not going to be sucking ass.
I just remember reading that study and I was like, what?
Yeah, weird. It's
pretty fucking cool.
I mean, that is how they say, your brain's not technically a muscle, but they say, your brain's a muscle, work it out. If you don't work it out, you're going to lose it.
Which is true. And I think imagination is a great workout for your brain.
I agree.
So I feel like I'm smarter. I was smarter when I was like a kid than I am now. Because my imagination when I was before the military, technically. Before the military, my imagination was fucking wild. That shit went all over the fucking place. You good?
We're good. Wrong pipe, but we're good.
Okay.
Or it started to. Like, I felt it. I was like,
You gotta breathe, then drink.
Yeah, not at the same time?
No. With carbonated shit, that shit hurts too. It goes out through your fucking nose. And then you get like that bubbly feeling. Oh.
That, and you get that tight fucking just right in your throat.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyway, sorry to give you out there.
No, it's okay. But freaking, what were we talking about?
Damn it.
Oh, imagination.
Imagination, being good, military.
So so with my imagination running wild and being able to do all the crazy things that I was able to do, I felt like I was smarter, or my brain was starting to become stronger in a sense. And that's when a lot of my creative ideas really came to not fruition, because that means they actually happened, but they started to come alive.
Right. Yeah.
And my young self was like, the world is my fucking oyster type shit.
Yeah.
Then I get in the military and they killed that. So
yeah, the military doesn't like that free thinking shit.
Yeah, they're like, yo, who's this fucking guy?
If the military, the military is like, yo, man, if I want your fucking opinion, I'll give it to you. Shut the fuck up.
Standard issue, bitch.
Sit your ass down. Do what I fucking tell you. So what is this? You want to learn some more interesting kind of brain factoids I learned?
Yeah.
So
how powerful can the brain really be? Tell me, man.
So this is some shit how the brain can adapt. Called neuroplasticity. The brain adapting to where is it? Adapting to difficult situations such as, blindness, whatever.
Ooh, oh yeah.
You know how the other senses get stronger.
Right.
So what was it? Okay, so it was a 2011 study had found that people who were born blind develop a new way to process the world around them. They essentially begin seeing through their... Is there a frog in here somewhere? Just sort of...
Fucking carbonated thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a burp. It just
little throat burp, little throat. So what was it? Yeah, so they develop a new way to process the world.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right. Okay.
Slut.
My brain just keeps thinking.
As you can tell, our brains aren't exactly all that advanced if we get distracted
This
by
is
small
multitasking. Case in point. So yeah, they develop a new way to process the world. They essentially began seeing through their ears, their hearing. Their hearing gets fucking cranked up to 11 to compensate. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Just like your brain's just like, cool, we don't got this sort of, sensory information anymore. We got to, crank it up in other areas to compensate for that. It's just like, how like they can smell something like, fucking like 3 blocks away. Like, are you turn into like part bloodhound or something?
That's why when it's funny when people say that it's a handicap, and I'm like, in some ways,
like in one way you don't have your sight, but in other you gain some other advantages.
But in other ways, like they're better than you. Yeah, like a blind person is better than you at hearing, at smelling, feeling, tasting, everything like that. They also they're able to process the world around them and walk among us without actually seeing anything. Yeah. How fucking wild is that?
And like how like your ears,
you're telling me they're handicapped?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, in one specific area, that's a handicap. But you gain more than one. You gain more disadvantages. You gain more advantages than you lose.
Yeah.
And like so that's why they have the cane, right? They tap and they hear the echo and they know, oh, that's close. I can't go there. That's crazy.
It's actually interesting. I've tested that. I played around with that. So being at the theater, in the movie, or before everyone opens, or before we open, I'm by myself for a solid 2 hours, just checking the whole theater, making sure janitors did their job, fixing shit up, whatever. But I'll go around sometimes. I'll grab like the little usher brooms, and I'll walk around and I'll close my eyes and I'll go clap, 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 and I'll hit the tile and hear the echoes bounce off, and really try to visualize. I legitimately do. Like, I feel like if anyone were to have a camera on me, record what I do, they'd be like, this dude's a fucking weirdo.
This dude's a fucking nut.
Yeah, I'm just over here, clack, 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 and I'll be walking. Like,
he pretending to be blind? What the fuck?
Hey, you never know. There may be a day, so you got to practice when you can.
Plus, get in someone else's shoes for a fucking change. You know?
Yeah. I have tinnitus. I could lose my hearing.
We both do big time.
Yeah, we could lose our hearing at any time. That's why it's good to practice sign language, but it's also good to practice sign language for any purpose. Sign language is a very handy skill to use. And case in point, when I was in the military and we worked on planes, the little EPU powering system, powering the electronics of the plane, that's just loud. Loud to where we need the double hearing, right?
Yeah. Oh, like the foamies in the headset.
A lot of times we're over here fucking screaming at each other. Hey, I have 4 chains over here.
Yeah.
When really, like, I could have signed, been like 4, chains, like chains or something like that, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, I got it." It could be useful in a lot of things.
So what was it? Yeah, I something about kind of evolution, right? That's how before we vocalized as cavemen, whatever people, before we vocalized, we hand signals. Yeah. Because we were surrounded by predators. Like at all fucking times. Back when the first people were in Africa, like starting to gain sentience, going, wait, hang on. This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Am I a person? Fucking, yeah, we had hand signals because we couldn't. Hey, there's somebody fucking lying coming at you. We had a hand signal. Like, shut the fuck up. There's somebody up there. That's crazy to think about, And then as we became, less prey, we get, okay, now I can start running my app now. Nobody cares. There's not a lion waiting in a bush to fucking rip my jugular out.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, the adaptability of the brain, I think, is one of the biggest things that we have to our advantage as humans. And obviously, because we're top of the tier when it comes to any fucking species on this earth,
right?
Currently, that we know of,
in terms of our,
space lizards,
quote unquote, intelligent life, space lizards.
Hey, you don't know.
I don't. I'd rather not.
Nobody does.
If that's out there, just I'm okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
They wouldn't need to. They'd just be like, "Hey, we're here," and you just be like,
"Thanks for your permission, dickhead."
You just faint from the pure. I would. I think I don't know what passing out feels like. I don't know if there's anything that can make me literally pass out, but I feel like I'd pass out if I were to see that.
I mean, your whole fucking world would be rocked.
Overwhelmed of just like, what the fuck?
And that's your brain just going, what? Shut it down. I can't. Hang on. Shut it down. I can't handle this. Shut it down.
Is that so? Do you know the thing behind fainting? Other than lack of oxygen,
other than that,
blood flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never dealt with it. So
yeah. I've never fainted at the sight of blood or, getting, some crazy news like that. I've never had that. So I can't speak to that personally. No, I have no idea. It just seems like it's probably like an overload. Like I was kind of joking around, but that's how I would think of it. Overload, your brain going, can't handle, shut it down. Shut it down.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the brain, I read a fact. It said the brain is it's a hog. It consumes a lot of blood and a lot of oxygen from your body. I was going to bring that up. Yeah?
Yeah.
I think 20%.
Yeah. So the thing I had was, so your brain accounts for 2% of your body weight.
Oh, yeah. 3 pounds.
About 3 pounds, yeah. But it requires 20% of your body's oxygen supply and all that. More than all of your other skeletal muscles combined. Selfish brain.
What a bastard.
But then again, he's like, I'm the most important thing here. Like, without me, you're just the fucking lifeless meat sack just drooling on yourself.
You ever think of the brain as like a symbiotic relationship with the body? Because without the body, the brain can't function. But without the brain, the body can't function.
Right. It's definitely,
symbiotic, right?
That's a good comparison. I would say, yeah.
Ooh. So then, what's real?
What was it they said?
Who owns what?
Yeah, who am I, me, or is me my brain? I don't know. What was it they said too? Hey, the brain is the only thing to have named itself. If you think about it, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's true too. I remember hearing about that somewhere too.
I am a brain.
I am brain.
Let me just move my meat puppet mouth. Brain. Yep.
Make the bee go.
Bane. No, dick. Fuck. We got practice.
That's later on.
We got practice.
That's a character.
Bane. What the fuck?
So stupid.
The brain's getting frustrated with this. Focus. Okay. I got some other ones here. You want to like 2 other little factoids if you want to hear them.
Go ahead, throw them out there.
So about 60% of our brain is just fat, like fatty tissue.
I remember hearing about that.
And yeah, because like
if you want to lose weight, cut out the brain.
Right. I lost 2 pounds. Dead. What did it cost? Everything.
Oh, Gamora.
Come on.
We're going to get to see her on May 5th again.
I know. I just want to see how they're going to like get back together since last we saw they haven't. But anyway.
Not really.
We'll get there. So yeah, fatty tissue. The other 40% is just a combination of water, proteins, carbohydrates, and salts. So yeah, we're just a wet lump.
Yeah, isn't it? It's actually made 75% water. Your brain, something like that.
Well,
so like everything else is like the subsidiary.
Well, because like isn't that about of us? Like we're about 60% just water.
The body
general,
itself,
right?
yeah.
Maybe not 60, but take it.
But the brain is like, somewhere like 70%, 75% water. It still makes me wonder, I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, why water of any? I understand that water is the prime source for any sort of life form in anything. And that's why we look to the stars and see what planets have water, because then that means it has possibilities of life. But why?
Why that one?
Why water?
Why couldn't it be,
the most bland?
Why couldn't it be rain energy drink, bro?
The most bland fucking tasting thing. Although there are times where I'll have like water and even though it tastes like nothing, you're still sitting there like, oh, it tastes so good.
Water hits so good sometimes.
It's so different.
It tastes like nothing, but you're like, fuck, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Smack my mouth, that shit is good.
I also got, we know how the brain produces a lot of its own sort of chemicals into the body and whatnot. And one of those things is serotonin, produces its own serotonin. And it's an essential brain chemical because it increases power or willpower, delays gratification, and increases attention to detail. So what I think when I say delays gratification, to me, that sounds like building patience.
Okay. Yeah.
Because when you want instant gratification, it's like, I need it now or I'm not going to be happy.
Instant results. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like someone who's mad they're not good at something the first day they do it, Yeah.
So when that makes sense to me, because I'm like, when you build patience, then when the thing finally happens, you're like, oh, yes. Fuck yeah.
Builds it up, That's why people like edging so much. They get right to the closest of fucking coming for the 3 years. Or I think like Woody Harrelson does some shit like that. He'll like edge for like 3 years or some shit, and then just
wait, what? I
heard about that. Yeah,
what the fuck?
I think he does that.
I'm gonna need a fact check. I didn't know he does that shit.
I think I heard about it. Yeah.
Oh man, but not. Yeah, that makes sense.
So when you get there, it's tenfold.
But then it says also increases attention to detail. Makes sense to me a little bit too. But so it impacts every part of the mind. And then despite the proliferation of prescription medications and supplements, your brain is more than capable of producing serotonin on its own. If for whatever reason your serotonin level is too low, you will find difficulty in finishing things, being active, and controlling your impulses.
That's that depression kicking in, I guess, right? You're missing that chemical in the brain, so the brain's like, oh, I don't want to do anything.
It's essentially, the lack of serotonin is where the depression comes from, which is why these 3 things are very essential to combating that. Sunlight. Always heard about vitamin D being very good for you.
Definitely.
Obviously, too much, not good for you.
Cancer
reasons.
fucking sun. Why you gotta be?
Well, not vitamin D, but the UV light that comes with the vitamin D. But vitamin D does help produce the serotonin. Also, massages. Massages help with increasing your serotonin levels. Now, this study was this one particular study that they were focusing on for this quote unquote fact was about pregnant women. So I don't know if maybe their hormones during that sort of state of life it changed a lot.
Well,
but I also feel like the last time I remember having a good massage was when I went. They sent the Air Force sent me over to fucking Greece, and my sergeant over there, we had like a down day. We had finished our job, and we were like, all right, let's head back to the hotel. And he was like, hey, got a surprise. I was like, what's up? He's like, we got massages. I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude, I've never gotten a massage, not like a professional one. I gotten some, like, you know, when we're doing like hanging out with the fucking team or whatever, and we have some of the fucking dudes just be like, fucking elbow and
rubbing out a knot aggressively. Yeah.
But that's like, you know, mediocre shit. I never had like an actual, like, go into a massage parlor, someone lays me down on the bed, then they have the fucking oil and shit, and actually like get like deep tissue. Dude, I got out of that fucking room and I was like,
I feel like $1 million.
Holy shit. I went back to the pool, sat there, watched the sunset, and I was just like,
just enjoyed life.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
Oh dude, it was so yeah, I kind of attest to that.
I haven't done that either. I tried when I was in El Paso. Like our first couple weekends, me and my buddy were like, yeah, let's go get some massages. We're all sore, you know.
Oh yeah.
And ended up in a Jack Shack.
Oh what?
Jack Shack.
Oh.
You know, it's funny because when we left, I told my buddy, I was like, you know, I should have known something was up when I walked in and went, I can't see fucking shit in here. It's dark. Yeah. And the lady did not get, she was like, why I was saying no, you know? Because she was like, you want doing the jack off motion? You want that? And I was like, what? No. Like, and she looked at me like, well, what the fuck are you doing here then? You know? And I was like, just massage, please. All right. She asked like 2 or 3 more times. You want the fucking...
She made it seem like the massage itself was more of a hassle than fucking wanking your shit.
The massage sucked dick. I mean, that wasn't the goal. The massage, you know?
She was trying to suck your dick.
Yeah, she's trying to do something, but the massage was not good because that's obviously not the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first and last time I ever went to a massage parlor. I know that's...
you should go to an actual one, like a spa one.
I know it's not indicative of all massage parlors, but that was a very bad first impression for me.
It kind of sucks that massage parlors have that to kind of like be like, no, we're not that kind of fucking...
We're not
because you're gonna have all these skis balls fucking going in and be like, I'm gonna go get my dick wet. I'm gonna go to the massage parlor and pay him a little bit, throw him a 50 and
get a little HJ on the way out.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, why can't you just have a massage? Like the massage itself, like when you get a good one, holy, like I've never had my calves massaged before, bro. That instantly a tingle from my calf went up my whole body, and I went, whoa, what is that? Yeah, no, literally, and then the third being exercise. Which I think everyone knows about exercise being really good for you. That's why if you are depressed, I know it sucks. I know you got to get out, and trust me, I really do know because I'm what's it called? Diagnosed, like literally medically diagnosed with depression. But I've told Matt before, been 6 months fucking working out consistently now. My mindset is starting to change, and I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm trying to speak more positively, which they have also said that with the power of the brain, if you speak more positive, your mindset and your view and perception of everything changes along with it.
Makes sense.
So trying to do that, trying to stay positive in that area. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Brains, I'm sorry. I mean, vocalizing shit can have some power in there. I've
manifestation.
I've said that before. And one last thing that I thought you would like about the brain thing. Music can synchronize brain functions. Because we've talked about the power of music in the brain and how you can automatically put yourself in another place that you remember that this song has a connection to now.
Which, spoiler alert, will be a fucking episode of ours later on.
We're talking about doing that later. But so that's also like, so it synchronizes brain functions, right? So that's, you know, bands may sound so good together because their brains are literally fucking working in tandem. Crazy. Like, wow. The drummer and the guitarist are fucking linked, right? Or, you know, bassist, whoever the fuck.
Would you say they're on the same frequency?
fuck out of here.
Dude, I don't know why dad jokes have been coming out lately, but please forgive me.
Yeah, you always hate it when I do them.
I fucking hate dad jokes, but it's just too easy to
when
find
you do
them.
them, it's okay. That's what we call a double standard.
I didn't say it wasn't okay. I just said I don't like them. I don't like when I do them. Shut up.
Bullshit. All right, so brain shit. Close the book.
I think we could close the book. I will say one last thing about the music thing. That is one reason why I like music. It brings a lot of people together more than they would know. I've told Matt this before when I've been to a big ass music festival. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people. It can be very stimulating, very overwhelming. But there's this one time I was watching Swedish House Mafia, and they were playing and they were talking, and they're saying like, look around, everyone to look around. Look all these different flags. You had Spain, Germany, China, Japan, fucking Croatia, Slovenia, France, US, fucking all these different countries all together in this one spot. He's like, you see all those flags? This is why music is so powerful, and this is why music can never die, because when music is good and everyone can feel it, you are all one at that point.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's true with the whole, and literally like frequency thing. That it's true because I'm not going to say it's true. It's a theory that everything runs on a frequency because everything sends electrical waves and all that stuff.
Yeah. Vibrations, all that bullshit.
Music being literally that.
Right. Yeah.
Manifestation of those waves, and it affects everyone. And you see everyone just come as a whole and just be one. It's such a surreal scene.
Yeah. How shit can tie people together like that.
And that's like one of the times where my serotonin levels just went
skyrocketed.
Because I looked around and I was like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, so all these countries have had problems at one point or another in history. Some currently are having those problems.
Right.
The motherfuckers are over here enjoying music and just forgetting all those issues and just being one with everyone.
Put shit to the side and be like, not today.
Being one human race rather than a divided group. So powerful shit.
One team, one fight. Sorry. I said that last episode. I said it again.
Yeah. But yeah, so brain stuff. Like it.
Yep.
Definitely way more complex. Definitely not something we can unravel in one episode.
No,
not on this podcast.
It'd be multiple hours long episodes.
Probably years.
Yeah, for our fucking, my caveman brain to get it.
Hey, we can talk about it in layman's terms, and it makes it a lot easier for others to actually comprehend.
More digestible, right?
Exactly.
Instead of being like, oh, the neural connections last.
If we chew the food first for them, they can eat it properly.
Feed you like a little bird. Here you go.
Old person.
Yeah.
Throw it in a blender.
You want a burger?
I couldn't.
No protein shakes the rest of my life. Thank you.
But anyways, that was a long one anyway.
Yeah.
Let's roll right into that. Nerdy news and reviews.
This just in on Nerdy News.
Hey, you guys should talk about the Star Wars celebration.
Was that Dave?
Dave, was that? I thought we sent him home.
Dave! Get over here! Get your ass over here!
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you did. And it's the last thing you'll do. Oh. Yeah! Go on get!
Just fucking pet.
Go on get! Okay. Fuck Dave.
Fucking Dave.
Thought I kicked you out fucking 3 weeks ago, you sack of shit.
But he wasn't wrong. Star Wars Celebration happened over this past weekend.
Yeah. Fucking. All right, I'll give him that one.
He's out on the field.
But he's still not coming back.
Dude, fucking a lot.
Lots, yeah. I didn't even see all of it. I just saw the big thing I saw was the Ahsoka trailer. And boy, oh boy, is there a lot of shit in that trailer. We got what they call them, like the Dark Jedi or something.
Yeah.
Or if they're just straight up Sith. I don't know. I don't think so, but
no,
because they don't have the fucking red Sith eyes, whatever, right? They're just
true. Yeah, that's right. I forget what they're called. But either which way, like you have that, you have Rebels characters coming in.
Ezra, Sabine, Hera. Also, do you know who's playing Hera?
Elizabeth Winstead.
I don't know her name exactly, but Ewan McGregor's wife.
Yeah, that's her.
Obi-Wan's wife. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I know. She if you guys don't recognize the name because I butchered the hell out of it, it's the chick who played the Huntress in Birds of Prey.
Oh, okay.
And also played as what's her name? I'm drawing a blank on her name, but she played in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She
One
played
of the exes?
No, she played the main chick that he was going after.
Oh, that's Ramona Flowers.
Yeah, Ramona Flowers.
That's her? That's Hera?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's his wife?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, dude, good for you. I like her.
Oh, I had such a crush on her with Scott Pilgrim. I was like, oh, Ramona Flowers.
Still do. She also played in the old Final Destination films too.
Did she?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what a comeback getting Star Wars, man. That's just like a career achievement. It's got to be.
Has to be.
Getting in Star Wars.
I would love to do that.
I mean, I
would love to be an extra.
Dude, just like I'm watching The Mandalorian, right? This last episode, and just like Mandalorian's in the background, I'm like, I could be that guy.
Yeah.
Just let me put on some armor for a minute. That'd be so fucking cool.
Dude, I wouldn't even care. Put me in a fucking fish suit. I'll be the calamari.
Yeah, the Mon Calamari people.
Calamari people.
But we got a lot of cameos, celebrity cameos in this episode. I forgot the older guy's name. Totally a piece of shit, but it's Doc from Back to the Future, isn't it? The old guy.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Apologies for forgetting his name. I know people are gonna light my ass up.
Well, I have never really watched Back to the Future.
I haven't either.
Any of the films, so
I got halfway through the first one. I fell asleep. So
I've just never tried.
We're definitely getting lit up now.
But it's hella funny. It's hella funny. My mom fucking loves those films. And she is always like, I can't believe you never watched these. I'm like, I just haven't.
I can't believe I haven't
gotten around to it. That's all. I've chosen to watch other things ahead of this one. Like when I have time and sit down and want to be like, you know what, I want to watch something new. That will probably be on that list. Yeah. But so other than that, so we got the Ahsoka stuff, which gonna be fucking awesome. Rosario Dawson.
She's the best.
To fucking Tallahassee. Love when Tallahassee, or in Zombieland 2, she was in Zombieland 2.
Was she in there? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. She's in so much shit.
She's a baddie.
She's in so much shit. Like, it's easy to forget how much stuff she's been in.
We also have The Acolyte. They tease that a little bit, which for those that don't know, it's supposed to be following the story of the Sith. Ooh. So that's going to be awesome because...
Like old Republic Sith?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. They didn't really reveal too much. They just revealed the title.
I see. Yeah, because I remember the title reveal like a year or two ago.
Yeah, well, the title, and then there's like some teaser footage or some shit like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so me loving the Sith, definitely down for that.
Hell yeah.
We also have, what else going on? They did reveal that they're going to be bringing back the Old Republic. Yeah. And I'm drawing a blank on the director's name, but he's going to be doing that. And hopefully, actually, from what I remember, they're actually going to be doing like the dawn of the Jedi. So the very beginnings.
Fuck yeah.
Of the discovery of the Force.
Back when they didn't have lightsabers.
Yeah. They're probably going to do, hopefully they do something where they find like the first kyber crystal and created the first lightsaber. The ones that ran on batteries.
Right, yeah. Takes a lot of the magic out of it, doesn't it? Hang on, my sword ran out. Time out.
Didn't they have to carry like a backpack or some shit and it had like a cable to their fucking...
Oh, yeah.
I forget. Like that. But so they're going to be doing that. They're also going to be bringing Dave Filoni for the Mandalorian stuff.
Hell yeah.
Which they said from here on out, after season 3 of The Mandalorian with Mando, that Mando will not be the only main character. So they will be following others.
Seems like that's what they've already been leading into, doing that lightweight now. With Bo-Katan's really the main focus of this season, I'd say.
Which I approve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cool as hell.
So
love Katie Sack. Katie Sack, she's the best.
So that's gonna be cool, and I hope that means that they're gonna be showing some type of buildup of the Mandalorian race again.
Yep, definitely.
Because the fleet that she lost, I mean, they look like they've gotten a little bit bigger.
You're right, and I was what her teammate she had before, I forgot her name, who had the crisscross braid over her fucking forehead.
Yeah,
and like she's getting all like anxious when she's beating ass on that Axe Woves guy. I'm like, is that your fucking boyfriend or something?
Yeah,
I thought she was your homie. Like, relax.
He dicking you down?
Yeah, I'm like, I thought Bo-Katan used to be your homie. You should be happy. She was in the end when she was the leader. She kind of smiled like, yeah, you did it. But at first she was like, Axe Woves got his ass beat.
It may have just been like a sort of thing of just she didn't have the dark saber, because she didn't have the dark saber, and they were like, well, then fuck you, and then walked away. I was like, that's loyalty,
right? For sure.
Like, what the fuck? I was like, I thought Mandalorians were a little bit more loyal than that.
And then they went to follow a guy who also did not have the dark saber.
Exactly. I'm like, so you put down one potato and got another.
Yeah.
Like,
interesting strategy. Not sure where you're going with this, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still stayed in the same class of shit. Anyways.
Class of shit.
So yeah, we got the Mandalorian stuff, and then my least favorite thing that they revealed, they're bringing back Rey. For
I just could fucking not care less.
Well, what's hilarious to me is that they've already said the Skywalker saga ended, but if you do that, if you bring Rey back and have her doing the Jedi Order,
not over.
It's not finished.
Yeah, because
the dumb bitch was over here like Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, plus that I've said it before, that bugged the shit out of me in the movie, right? I feel like a clear message in that movie was acceptance.
Accept who you are,
because she's a Palpatine. But I mean, I understand she can't just be like, Palpatine is a dirty word in the Star Wars universe. You say I'm a Palpatine, they lock your doors, hide your kids, Yeah. So I understand you can't really do that, but then like the fact that she finally does accept it and then immediately doesn't. Yeah. And then immediately goes like, well, who are you? Rey what? Skywalker. Okay, so you just didn't accept who you were, I guess.
Exactly. And I
don't know. This is just weird.
No, I'm on the same boat. I'm pretty sure that was the message. That didn't happen. And now it's like, well, what's this whole thing of you trying to accept? And you're saying, people will say like, oh, Palpatine is like a taboo name. But Palpatine was still one of the absolute strongest motherfuckers in the fucking universe, or in the Star Wars universe. And you're still just going to be like, oh, no, I don't want to take his name. How about you take that name and you flip it and you get people to understand like, hey, yes, my grandfather was a fucking twat. But guess what? I'm not my grandfather.
I'm not. Yeah.
And then turn the name around and do good with it. Yeah. Instead of taking on a name and being what do they call it? Not a usurper.
Oh, a usurper. I mean, I don't think that's a bad word to describe it either. I mean, like she literally just hijacked somebody else's name.
Yeah.
It's not your name. I mean, she thought she was, right? I guess. But like, or she hoped.
Yeah.
And then found out it was actually, JK, you're a Palpatine. Ooh.
So we basically have.
Which, hang on.
Oh, what?
Hot take. Hot take alert coming in.
Oh.
Since in the lore, in the canon, Anakin was created, quote unquote, by Palpatine, right? He was that sort of Jesus Immaculate Conception, right?
Oh, right.
Wouldn't that technically not make him a Skywalker? See what I'm saying?
You are...
Blew this shit wide open.
That is interesting, considering that...
I mean, I guess he'd be both.
Like, yeah, he's taking... He only took the name of Skywalker because that was his mom's, right?
Which I guess he'd have to be, have to share her genetics. She birthed him, but like he'd be, half Palpatine, half Skywalker.
I think in regards to him earning that name, that it may be a little bit different for him per se. But Rey didn't earn that name.
No,
for sure. She is a Palpatine through and through. But I don't know.
She's got that dark side stirring around in her blood.
You did bring up a good point though, for sure.
Right? I just thought of that when we were talking about her not being a Skywalker. Oh, Jesus.
You fucking get it out.
I can't.
Yeah. You guys should see Matt right now. He looks like a squirming fucking puppy. He's just like, oh God, heartburn.
Well, I just thought of it, thinking about like, oh, she's not a Skywalker. I was like, well, technically. But
that's a good thing. But
the one big thing I wanted to bring up real quick before I forgot to mention it from the Ahsoka trailer. We've been talking about it before. Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, I knew you were
that fucker's coming in. Yeah. I knew it.
So, who is playing it? Starts with an L.
Lars.
Oh yeah, Lars McKinley. No,
He's not a Mickelson, is he?
Mykal-Lee. I thought it was.
I think he might be.
I'm pretty sure he was because I had just read that up.
Who's playing?
Lars Mickelson.
Lars Mickelson, yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
Mykal-Lee.
Mickelson. All right. Mykal-Lee.
So I when he popped up, I was like, Matt's gonna say something about that. I know Matt's gonna say he was so excited for that character.
I kept thinking, I was like, I think he's coming. He is.
Appropriately, and Ahsoka's gonna be hunting him pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's the premise of the show. They did say that if this season does do well,
of Ahsoka,
season 2 is going to be already in the works.
I'm sure it'll do fine.
We'll have to see because we're gonna lead this into the Mandalorian because that's pretty much all the news for that. But we'll have to see how Ahsoka does because I had hopes for Mandalorian, and as of late, I don't know. I didn't really. This whole season has been kind of meh for me, other than episode 2, like I had stated before.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up earlier. I said it does feel a little bit like these are a bunch of side quests we've got, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the whole Bo-Katan story, like, it's a good side quest. You know, it's like like in a certain game, like where they say all the side quests feel like the main quest, or they have the same quality, you know?
I dare to say that Bo-Katan is actually the main quest now.
Yeah, definitely. She's the main focal point of this season for sure. Her and her, final, what's the word? Maybe not final, but her finally getting to fucking rise to lead.
Yeah.
And finally getting it after we've been seeing her struggle time and time again. She gets snatched, the rug pulled out from under her every time. She's right there. And then, whoop, bitch, you thought. Damn it.
Which, in hindsight, she's been technically the ruler the whole time, and we just never really connected the dots until this episode, and we were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Damn. Dude, but, oh, yeah, something just random about the episode. So we talk about the celebrity cameos. We got Lizzo, Jack Black.
We got Jack Black, Lizzo. Yeah. We also got the Doc.
The Doc, yeah. And I brought it up to you earlier. I was like, Lizzo's headdress thing definitely looked like Mickey ears, and there's no way that shit was an accident.
Yeah.
No way.
I like when Disney does that with animated stuff. When they do it with like live action stuff, it's like, okay, come on, don't do that.
Well, because like they'll hide them in places. Like we watched that what was it, Disenchanted, that one they did with the Grey's Anatomy guy, and she's from the storybook land, comes into New York or whatever.
Oh, right.
The sequel came out
with the redhead.
Yeah, totally blanking on her name right now too.
I forget her name too. She played as Lois Lane in fucking
in the Superman ones. Yeah.
Dude, I'm so mad.
But
I like her.
Yeah. I bet you do.
I really like her.
I bet you do. But she we saw that movie, and they had like, there was just like a random spot like in the background with like a street lamp. I went, there's a hidden Mickey right there. I could see it.
Oh,
so there they have him like in the back, but with Lizzo in her headdress, I'm like, those are total Mickey ears.
I mean, it makes sense if the movie is directly tied to Disney, but if it's like it's under, the
Star
show
Wars,
being under Lucasfilm,
or like Disney adjacent.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
If that was an accident, I will be surprised.
Do you, boo boo? Just the face of just, oh my goodness.
Whatever.
Fucking mouse.
The House of Mouse.
But so we got Jack Black, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw him in the episode, I was like, you know what? I don't really like you in this episode right now. I want you to be in a different episode as a different character. You playing as like
posh ex-imperial.
Yeah. All like snobby and just like, oh, like,
Yeah.
where's my tea?
Crumpets.
I definitely, but I still love Jack Black. Jack Black is a fucking gem.
You gotta.
And it was kind of fulfilling to finally see him in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I felt like he's an appropriate person to be put in Star Wars at some point as some quirky character.
They did that.
And they did that.
They did that. Indeed. Yeah. Fucking, what was it? I thought it was pretty cool that Mandalorian knew how to communicate with those Ugnaughts just from that guy from the first season. You know, I have spoken.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they, you know, Bo-Katan's, you know, talking, we need help with this. And they're just ignoring or just working. And finally, you know, Mando realizes how to speak their fucking language. And they're like, yeah, all right. And they fucking perk right up. Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you can't insult their work ethic. You know, they're known to be like literally the hardest workers ever.
Yeah.
Like in our galaxy. Can't even insinuate their work quality.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you just got to like pretty much just kind of bow down a little bit. And they're like, yeah, we'll help you out. And they did. They're like, yeah, here's the list you wanted.
I feel like those guys are like the embodiment of what ants would be like if they had our intelligence and they're a little bit of our size. We were to go to ask for help from them and they'd be like, And like, oh, well, like your work. Oh, well.
Oh, you
thank
do?
You.
Oh, this old thing? It's just something I threw together.
This colony? Oh, don't.
It's just something I threw together. No big deal. Yeah. You know. And fucking Mandalorian, just like, I mean, we all knew he didn't like droids, but man, that distaste just came front and center with him. He's just kicking all of them, all the battle droids, like, fuck you.
Yeah,
and
he's,
like
he's a racist for sure.
Yeah, with droids, but droids definitely racist. Droids, if you consider them a race. He's kicking them all over. Like the third one he kicks is like, you motherfucker! Just backhands him, bitch slapped his ass, and then bink, and he's like, oh, yeah, fucking does it. And they started fucking foot chase after
What's
him.
hella funny is that Bo-Katan and Mando just over here, it's almost like a parents, like two parents, like you can't be treating them like that. And then he's like, oh, fucking kick their
She's like,
ass.
a word.
Yeah. Like she's so proper, but improper at the same time.
Right.
I love her.
Yeah, but he just can't hide his distaste for droids, which
No.
He's got PTSD from getting fucked up. His colony getting fucked up by battle droids.
His colony being fucked up by battle droids. Also, a few run-ins with some droids that he's had.
That have, you know, majoritively been bad experiences he's had with droids. The only good one he's had was that IG-11, whatever the fucking assassination droid.
After their first encounter.
After they, you know, after you fucking wiped him to help to
Yeah.
take care of the kid and everything. Then he was like, you cool.
Yeah. But yeah, ultimately, it was pretty funny seeing him just be like this ultimate, like a fuck droids.
Yeah. Just a ornery ass little, you came to the wrong neighborhood, boy. You know?
Damn bucket of bolts.
Fuck out of here. And
that chase scene though was pretty funny.
Yeah, and
like,
sorry,
the super battle droid just it was just so weird seeing because it was animated for sure, like super hardcore CGI. Definitely tell.
Oh yeah,
I was like, you guys look more like the cartoon versions of the super battle droids rather than the old prequel versions.
Yeah, I remember that. But I during that chase scene, it kind of made me realize, like, I often forget that Star Wars would be considered like cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Especially like looking, like I realized that again when I was rewatching episode, I don't know, 2, I think recently, when Anakin and Obi-Wan were running through trying to chase down that one guy. I forgot who.
Oh, you're talking about the assassin.
Yeah. Were they going after Django?
No,
it was somebody else. But yeah, when they were going after there, I realized it back then. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely like a Coruscant's like a cyberpunk ass city.
Mm-hmm.
Cool as hell.
Cyberpunk ass.
Cyberpunk ass. Yeah, damn.
I just the way because I used to use that before is punk ass.
Punk ass, yeah, it's a good one.
Punk ass
Little
bitch.
punk ass motherfucker. And in that fucking duel with Bo-Katan and that Axe Woves guy, I was pretty impressed that she opened up with a fucking jetpack dropkick and fucked him up. He did not see that coming.
She dodged the rocket first.
She knew he was gonna do that shit.
Fucking.
Which tells me a lot about that Axe Woves guy. That motherfucker's predictable. She knew exactly what he was going to open up with.
Shit, she probably taught him.
She probably, yeah, maybe. She knew exactly what was going to happen. As soon as yep, gone, over it. And then, pink, kick.
That fight, the fight started slow, And then it kind of picked up like midway through after the first time she grabs him by the neck and she's like, "Do you yield?" And he flies up in the air and it's just like, "No,
no."
Use the flamethrower. You saw the little bit of shields. And, just a reminder for everyone, Mandalorians are actually, they'd rather be doing the close combat fighting rather than using blasters and shit. So the couple rocket stuff, like, yeah, that's going to happen. But a lot of hand-to-hand combat shit, when they were fighting with like the knife and wrist blade that she had,
I think was cool as hell.
Yeah. It became a lot better to watch after the first "Do you yield?" because then they started doing a little bit more with the combat choreography.
They finally let loose a little bit.
Yeah.
She was trying to just end it.
It was funny though. She was like taking punches and shit. I was like, oh, she's taking that like a fucking champ.
Yeah, she was.
Then she got hit off the ship at one point and then uses the grappling thing.
Get your ass down here.
She's like, get over here.
He just got fucking bodied down the plane. Just ragdolled.
It was cool though, because it felt like a fucking street fight.
It was. Yeah, that was a brawl.
Yeah.
For
they
sure.
were over here tackling each other into the ship, using their rockets and just like, boom. I was like, damn, they
yeah.
It looks simple.
It was personal.
But you could definitely tell personal.
For her, I mean, both, but for her, she's like, this motherfucker took all my people. Which also, you should also be more mad at all your people.
I would be, but at the same time, I also know, you also have to think, this dude is the brain of the operation.
Yeah.
So, yes, you got to take out the brain.
Just tell all the other Mandalorians, if you guys don't get your shit together, I'm kicking his ass. Dax is like, what? Shut up.
That's hella funny. I love that. It's like those memes of like when the girl is arguing with you and yelling. It's like bro, you better talk to her or I'm gonna kick your ass.
Wait, what? Yeah, I can't kick her ass, so I'm
not gonna fuck her up. I'll fuck you up. So you better.
Somebody's got to pay the bill.
Best talk to your girl because she about to get you 2 black eyes and a broken leg.
She about to get your ass beat. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did find it really it wasn't super satisfying because you didn't get to see Bo fight for her for the Darksaber. But you technically did just earlier on in the season when Mando brought up the whole, well, I got captured and beat by this droid thingy that looked like Grievous.
Yeah, that thing was fucking weird.
But then she came to my rescue and beat it. So
that thing
it does
beat
belong.
me. She beat it. So
I felt like, because that happened, episode 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
And so I felt like it did take the 4 episodes for even Mando to realize, oh, this shit ain't even mine.
Yeah, because I didn't even think about that until he said it. And I went, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, all right.
Fair enough.
Fair
all right.
enough. Although, you could tell she was proud. Like, I got it. She did like a little subdued smile. But I could only imagine, for me, if I was in her position, in the back of my head, I'd still be like, it's not exactly how I wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
But okay.
But it still technically
counts.
happened.
Still counts.
She just, I feel like because she didn't get the instant gratification of it. I want it immediately, right now. It's like, oh, I want it back then, but I didn't get it till now.
Right. Yeah, and that was cool. He pieced that together. She was like, it's not a gift you can give, no matter, if you mean well. He's like, yeah, it's not a gift.
Yeah.
It's yours. I'm just returning it to you.
Yeah.
Damn. And it was cool seeing him. He seemed like he got a little bit better. When he sliced that one droid in half, he got slightly better at, using it, I guess. But she still she just finessed it when she used it that one time.
His will doesn't match up with the sword. And by lore, the sword won't work for him if he doesn't have the same will as
he doesn't want that.
No.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just trying to take care of those little one.
With Bo, I will say I don't really get too hyped up about that superhero shot of down low looking up at the hero and then they do their final
yeah.
Right? I don't get too excited because it's very predictable. Yeah. But with that one, I was like
posturing. But I like it. Seeing her finally do, because that time it meant a lot since we've been seeing her. Like I said, we've seen her fighting for this since the Clone Wars, the animated series and everything. And this is like the third time now it's come to her without, someone else snatching it.
Yeah,
Be that Moff Gideon or Mando.
Moff Gideon, the second time being Mando when they finally got Moff Gideon, and then he's like, oh, well, here you go. And she's like, you can't just give it to me. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
And then the third time being, a couple episodes ago. Or now.
Next one. Which our next one is tomorrow.
Damn. We only got 2 more episodes of that bitch, motherfucker.
And then what?
And then Ahsoka.
Next Ahsoka, Star Wars. But then I guess next Disney thing we'll be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I suppose.
Yep. That'll be coming out March 5th. We'll also be having...
May 5th?
Or sorry, May 5th.
I was like, wait, it's already out? Fuck, it's been out for like a month?
Yeah. Right.
What? We missed it?
My bad.
I failed.
May 5th.
All right, good.
So we got that one. We also have Evil Dead on April 21st.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
We also have what else do we have? I think that's it, really. Movie wise.
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking of the Flash movie, but
fuck that. I'm boycotting. I felt bad because my boss got me a shirt for the film because he knows I like the Flash.
Right.
But when he brought the shirt to me, I was like, oh, thanks. I felt bad saying this. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm boycotting that film, right? Because Ezra Miller is a fat fucking piece of shit. He's a toilet clogging piece of shit.
Yeah. Big old steamer. Big old fuck that guy, man. Whatever. Maybe that's the problem. No one will fuck him. Maybe that's why he's so angry and fucking weird.
Angry little man.
Fucking whatever. Anyway, that's enough of that bullshit.
All right. So that pretty much does it for this week's episode. Just a little disclaimer before we finish it out. Me and Matt have been discussing for a little bit, and we actually might be returning to an audio only podcast and start trying to focus on, for the YouTube channel, a little bit more gaming.
Yeah.
Want to get a little, because we've been able to play a little bit of like Gang Beasts. Yeah, now we're in No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
We also have your Sea of Thieves.
Always. That's never going anywhere.
And we have so much fucking fun playing that shit, and we really want to bring you guys along on those types of rides because we like Gang Beasts specifically for as of late has been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like I said, like I get tired when we're done. Like I'm like, I need to sit down. Like
you did a whole workout, like a whole ab workout.
Kind of did.
It is fucking hilarious. So, you will be seeing less video.
They'll still be here.
They'll still be here, but we're definitely going to be keeping them on special occasions.
Yeah, more of a occasional basis. Yeah, like you said.
But just so you know, the audio will still be on the YouTube channel. It'll just be audio, maybe a few pictures on it to, reference what we're talking about. Other than that, we are reverting back just a little bit to audio. So,
just to ease, share the load.
Share the load, yeah. So, other than that, I do want to say we really appreciate you guys tuning in once again to Big Effin' Nerds. This is episode 6. We would like for you guys to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snappy Chat. No, I'm kidding. We don't have a Snapchat. YouTube, and then Spotify, as well as Spotify for podcasters. Don't forget to also subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yep.
Like it, comment on it. You can thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want. Just let us know if you guys actually appreciate the episodes, if you like them, if you like the topics. You can still send your suggestions for the topics to our Instagram and all that stuff, or even, any platform that we are currently on. The YouTube channel gaming footage will come out every now and then whenever we can get some more footage. I'll be working on that on the side. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll have to get back into Gotham Knights now that I guess now we restarted.
Although it was really sad we couldn't play more than 2.
So other than that, next week we are going to be looking at getting into some hot takes, specifically into comics.
Some people be having some interesting perspectives on certain characters, certain plots, just all that stuff.
Anything. We'll see what we can find. And we'll fucking talk about it. See how that goes.
Yeah.
And other than that, the only thing that I have to say is later, taters. I thought you didn't put the button. You made the surprise face.
No, I didn't.
You made like a oh shit face.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Oh shit. And I was waiting for like a womp, womp, womp. Yeah,
That one.
yeah, you made a oh shit face. And I was like, did you just fuck up my exit? Anyway. Later, taters.
That's it. Bye-bye.
See ya.